James cleverly is partly right that churches and religious institutions should not allow asylum seekers to exploit the system by converting. Of course, conversion to some denominations and some religious traditions, some cults, is very simple, very straightforward, very quick. But conversion to some of the older traditions can take a long time. And the conversion of the fellow involved in the acid attack was done, it seems to me, in a rather hurried fashion, and he was unable to explain or answer simple questions about the Bible and about the belief that he had undertaken. He was also, once the church became aware of the various crimes that he was also accused of, constrained in how he attended that church. Simply to be baptized in some sort of display, you might as well go on a swimming trip. Baptism involves some sort of commitment. Adult baptism involves some sort of commitment, and child baptism involves a commitment of godparents who take on that responsibility. And Abdullah Zaidi was, of course, given a Muslim funeral because his family didn't believe that he had genuinely converted anyway. This is a moment, this is a great tragedy, really. And it comes down once again to the fact that people are left in limbo. Now, if somebody is left in limbo for a lengthy period of time, yes, they might turn to anybody who shows kindness. And churches and charities often show kindness to people who are in stress. Does that mean they should be accepting conversions? Well, the Christian church is a proselytizing religion. And I think it would be very difficult to stop people's missions to the poor, stop people's mission, stop people's evangelical mission. I think there should be a restraint on it. And I think conversion should follow a process. But it's very difficult to monitor. I also think that this is a bit of a red herring and a distraction. I think the evidence is not there that there's a huge scale of migrant baptisms. Incidentally, I've seen all this before. I saw it in Greece with migrants opting to convert to Greek Orthodoxy in an attempt to curry favour with the authorities and adopting Orthodox names in an attempt to curry favour with the authorities. But in the end, it comes down to the same issue. If somebody takes on a new faith, they must be expected to answer specific questions. And although some Christian denominations are not so focused on biblical exegesis, the evangelical traditions are absolutely Bible-based, and I think some good incisive questioning would expose the sham from the true adherent. I also think that James Cleverly should be calling for all would-be migrants or all would-be refugees or would-be asylum seekers or all asylum seekers to be involved in an English language training process, and to pay back the fee for that from the tax that they are due to pay once they get proper jobs and once they've been granted asylum. I think it would make it significantly easier on the Home Office if interviews for asylum were conducted wholly in English and people learned how, if they're going to be waiting 3 years, they might as well do something, don't you think? 3 or 4 years, they might as well learn English. And I think this would be a very positive move. And if we can expect students to pay back their loans, their student grant, then we can expect migrants and asylum seekers to pay back the cost of a series of lessons in English, which should be taken up to at least proficiency level. And it is perfectly, I think, is a perfectly reasonable expectation.